December 1st, 1970. Time, 9:45 a.m. We have a major disaster on our hands. Petroleum helicopter Tango 21 reports pickup of men and water underway. There are 60 men on Platform B, 4 Shell Oil Company employees and 56 contract employees. Time, 12 noon. PHI, Chevron, and United States Coast Guard helicopters report 60 men transferred to shore. 4 fatalities. First crew reports describe amazing efforts on the part of individual pilots. There were some new rules written today in that field. A major decision has already been announced. We'll let the fire burn to keep the oil off the water and drill relief wells into the producing zones for subsurface kills. Time, 2 p.m. Fire continues to spread, but at this time, well B-21 believed the only one on fire. There are 22 completed wells on Platform B. Shell's oil spill contingency plan has been placed into immediate effect, and theory goes into practice. December 2nd, oil industry reaction to the fire has been immediate. Offers of assistance are coming in from everyone. Shell has ordered a water jet barge to cool Platform B, since deterioration is a cause for worry. Ready Air has arrived. The concrete dock and warehouse at Fushan Landing leased for field headquarters operation. December 3rd. Fire has intensified. 4 or 5 wells now believed on fire. Platform structure deteriorating. The crane section has collapsed. Gas cylinders are exploding ever so often, but they don't seem to be doing any additional harm. December 4th. Storm Drill 6, under tow since first day of fire, arrived late last night. We'll begin relief well drilling on B-21 tomorrow. Skimmer equipment for surface oil collection is converging on the scene from various points, even as far away as California. That decision to let Platform keep burning is keeping oil pollution levels at a minimum. December 5th. The Gus 2 arrived to drill relief well to B-13. A third rig, the Margaret, scheduled to leave Eugene Island later today. The name of the game now is identification. Which wells are burning where and how much. Platform B looks like a plate of charcoal spaghetti. December 6th. Photographs of the platform are being coordinated to engineering drawings for identification purposes. The still pictures really point up what a tangle of steel and tubing we have to work with. Still, it's pretty clear B-21 is the chief contributor to the blaze. 50% of the flames are coming from that one well. What's going on beneath the surface is equally as tricky as the problem we have on the top. Our relief well decision requires drilling over 12,000 feet and hitting an area within 25 feet of the producing well. But it's got to be done so we can get mud pumped into the well to cut off the flow. Shell's open door policy to the press is working well. By holding back nothing, treatment has been objective. Shell, the Coast Guard, the Environmental Protection Agency, and the United States Geological Survey of the Department of Interior are working together to identify the various types of surface pollution. These standards to be released to the press tomorrow. All channels between Shell, state, and federal agencies are operating smoothly. December 7th. 4th relief rig to be Storm Drill 4. First 3 rigs in operation. We have 2 spray barges working now. A pumping rate of 13,000 gallons per minute seems to be keeping the structure cool. API standard definitions for sheen, rainbow, and slick have been released to the press. Combined Coast Guard, Shell, EPA, and USGS aerial surveillance flights will compile reports for daily informational release.
That situation we saw there off the south of, we can probably categorize that as a sheen. I think so.
December 15th. First 2 weeks over. Relief drilling progressing on 5 separate wells. The oil spill pickup fleet also operating at full capacity. If the weather holds right, they may have an easy time of it. Our best friend is a calm sea. The Shell Shoreline Protection Plan has been activated before any oil can come ashore. 23,000 bales of hay have been stationed along beach areas. Mulching equipment for spreading each stack also leased and stationed. At $125 an hour, that helicopter hay represents quite an investment. And if we're fortunate, we'll never have to use it. "31 automatic propane guns have been stationed in possible oil-threatened areas to keep waterfowl away. These guns can be repositioned as needed. Portable bird watching units have been placed on standby. Daily shore patrols and aerial flights have been initiated to report conditions should any oil come ashore." December 22nd, 3rd week over. Recovery boats for surface oil collection have been working fairly steady now. Their downwind station is picking up the surface oil before it spreads over too wide an area. Helicopter spotters are guiding the recovery boats' efforts. We're still experiencing good weather conditions, but just in case, we are preparing a test run with Shell's new chemical control agent called Oil Herder. Government agencies have okayed spraying Oil Herder since it's a non-toxic chemical. It is to be aerially applied from an underslung helicopter system. December 29th, 4th week. Oil Herder has been tested on both open sea and as a shoreline barrier. It seems to work in some situations, but engineers claim the tests have been inconclusive due to weather conditions and the natural cleansing characteristics of Louisiana beaches. We've continued to be lucky with the weather, except one period when oil reached shore because of a southerly wind. Most of the oil was gone by the next morning. Total workforce now stands at over 650 men on a round-the-clock basis. Subsurface communication with B-21 verified this evening. The make ready for the kill is going very well with over 24 million pounds of drilling mud accumulated on the barges. Relief well drilling chief Billy Jack Bullard says our use of a jack-up rig as a kill barge is probably an industry first. There's two things for certain. The Hustler is the most stable kill barge ever positioned, and also the noisiest. All the pump operators have to receive their pumping rates by visual communication. December 30th. Just in time for New Year. B-21 killed during the night. The bulletin board proclaims the death of the Wicked Witch. The fire level is down about 40%, plus considerable reduction in the noise level. Now the platform sounds like only 2 or 3 jet planes, rather than the entire Air Force passing in review. Thank heaven for a stable kill barge. 5-foot waves forced the recovery boats back to harbor right when B-21 was being killed. Without the jack-up rig for support, we could never have kept the mud pumps operating. January 5th. It's next year. Still, it's the same fire, so nobody really cares what year it is. The past 5 days have brought high winds and heavy seas. All recovery vessels were forced to remain in harbor. We even had to send the spray barges in for repairs sustained due to wind and wave action. The shoreline protection teams have been working to spread protective booms across some of the entrances to bays and passes. January 12th. Intense heat has caused some of the well tubing to loop nearly into the water. It's making identification of well B-10 very difficult. But the engineers have come up with a simple but unique idea for finding out if true subsurface communication has been established from the relief well. Shell employee Ken Ring will sight a .30-06 rifle from a bench rest located on the spray barge. If we see new flames when he fires into the tubing, we'll know pumping must continue. Pumping of well B-10 must continue. The engineers have developed another device to keep the fire burning properly. A sandblasting unit to sever loop tubings. It used a mixture of nitrogen, sand, and water to saw tubing on 3 wells. Combustion efficiency increased, resulting in considerably less oil on the water. January 19th. What week is this? B-10 week? That well finally killed 1 p.m. January 12th. But now we have fog and heavy weather hampering operations. And for the first time, we have oil on the beach at Grand Isle. Environmental protection teams worked over the beach for 3 days and reported it absolutely clean by the 16th. The mayor of Grand Isle called to say he appreciated the fact our teams cleaned up all the other debris while they were at it. January 26th. It's the 9th week. All beaches reported clean, but fog still halts most surveillance flights. B-8 killed the morning of the 24th. Originally thought B-8 to be a dual completion problem, but only one zone had to be killed. Engineers now figure the storm choke must have activated in the lower zone when the fire first broke out. February 2nd. Sand cutting operation performed on 3 more wells. They were shooting flames toward each other, making identification all but impossible. February 9th. Relief well kills have reduced flames about 80%. Experienced 1 day of 75-mile-per-hour winds, which forced recovery boats and spray barges back to shore again. March 9th. Over 3 months gone by. Numerous difficulties with the last 5 wells have caused delays, but B9 finally died yesterday. She gave a good fight. It took 13 straight days of pumping and over 236,000 barrels of water into the 2 zones before she gave up. April 12th. All wells out now except for B4. It's been a problem. In fact, a whole series of problems, so that an alternate plan for killing this well has been announced. Red Adair will move in and make the kill from the surface. Red finally gets to do his thing. B4 extinguished by high-pressure water, while recovery boats and good weather keeps escaping oil within pickup zone. If surface kill fails, B4 will be reignited and will continue relief well drilling. April 16th. Diary. Bay Marchand. Shell Oil Company, Platform B. Time, 10:14 a.m. After 136 days, well B4 is dead. The simplest thing to say, the fire is out. Really, 11 fires are out. 11 fires have been put out.
During the years since this film was produced, offshore technology has continued to advance. Today's platforms contain new safety devices, which significantly reduce the possibility of a similar event occurring again. little evidence remains today of the fire you have witnessed. The platform was reconstructed, and all but 4 of 22 wells were restored to production. While painful memories still remain, there is no evidence of environmental harm. We have dedicated much effort toward prevention of a similar incident. It is our hope that by sharing the experience depicted in this film, others may benefit, and that such accidents may one day be eliminated.